Welcome to Common Hood. This is your OG, Simon P. and Calvin Flank with you today.
Yes, sir.
Where every neighborhood, sisterhood, and brotherhood, we're going to come together. So we're going to try to have a conversation where we can inspire this growth and unity to build our communities. And Calvin, today, man, just to be real quick, which I had about 3 detrimental calls this week. I'm going to describe each one. And I didn't know if there was an act of desperation, which it was.
Right.
I had one young lady called and was like, hey, Mr. Simon, I'm in a situation where I'm just tired of working because I never get to keep any of my money.
Gotcha. Wow.
Then the second one say, I got my 2 kids. I can't find a job while I'm transitioning and I lost my apartment.
Oh, man.
While I'm transitioning. And she had 2 kids. And then I had just a gentleman saying, why your generation got all the money?
Do it again? Why your generation got all the money?
Does your generation have all the money?
And what generation is he talking about?
Well, I guess with a few little gray sticks that I resemble.
Yeah.
He's feeling like he's working 2 jobs. And I addressed it with him. I said, maybe, your 2 jobs don't quite meet ends meet. But he came back and mentioned that can't be right. Because there's people that my parents told me before they passed that people could work a job and a half, be a janitor, Burger King at one day and keep a living. But in this day and time, this person saying they working a state job and a part-time job that he can't see how on earth he's gonna get to the finish line.
Well, I'm gonna say this real quick. I'm trying to say, so you're working a state job and a part-time job, right?
Yeah.
Now, then you have to go back and assess how you living. You see what I'm saying? How you living? If you're working 2 jobs now, what's your expenses? How you living?
Well,
are you
I
living above your means, or are you living right there at your means?
And it's nice you said that, Calvin, because I had, at being an OG, I say, man, Michael Jackson had a song called "Man in the Mirror."
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna try to. I can't remember it because it's an old song.
Yeah.
And I had to show him this here. I say it says I'm starting with the man in the mirror,
right?
Because he was asking for solutions,
right.
So I say, did you catch it? He's like, no. I say it starts with the man in the mirror. So right now, let's not get into the world just yet. And you asking that man in the mirror to help change your ways. So no other message could have been any clearer to him. I'm hoping.
Mm-hmm.
It say, if you want to make the world a better place. Now I know at this time these people are like, hey, that's easy for you to say. And I'm like, hold on, I'm not rich. I'm not Bill Gates.
Right.
I struggle as well.
Right.
I make sometimes mistakes by taking a risk that humbles me a little bit.
Right.
So I told them just to take a closer look at themselves, and then you got to make that change.
You know what? You definitely got to take a look at yourself. I know for me personally, if I feel like my money is subsiding, I have to go back and reflect on where it's going.
Yeah.
And then I have to look and see, is it going to the right places? Like, is it going towards my bills? Is it going towards my living expenses? Is it going towards what I have and what I have to take care of? But if you saying that you never have money, where is it going? You got your main expenses. Like everybody got to have a roof over their head, right?
Right.
Everybody got to have food in their stomach, right? Everybody got to have transportation,
right?
You know what I'm saying? And then whatever cable, or I don't have cable. We stream everything. We don't got no cable. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't nobody watching TV.
Ain't nobody watching. And then you got your cell phone bills or whatever. But so you have to see where your finances is going for you to be able to say you don't see no money. Now, if you're eating out every day, and you got to think about that. If you're going out to eat every day, think about how much that is, $30, $40 a day that you could save.
Yeah.
I
do understand where you at, but as we get talking about it, it was like the system is broke.
Know what it is?
That's how everybody feel.
Now,
so you can have 2 jobs. Let's just say if somebody, 2 jobs, of course, is indicative the money you make. All money ain't the same money.
Exactly.
So we trade time, and some people trade their time for way more money.
Yep.
And some people trade their time because this is what I know.
Time for dollars.
Time
Time
for
for
dollars.
dollars.
You know,
Yeah.
we exchanged that. So, you know, when he was saying fix the system, I was like trying to get each one of these individuals to see. Yes, we have a system in place.
Yeah, we do.
We can't knock that we don't have a system in place. But however, it's easier to fix you than the
Then the
system.
system. And you know what? Every time we have these conversations,
Yeah.
I'm like 100% agreeable with you. It's easy to fix yourself. And see, say for instance, okay, a regular job. If you have a regular job, I'm not saying I don't even know how much the man make. You know, if you bring it in, the average job, I'm not quite sure what they do because I'm in business for myself right now. But if the average job bringing in $3,000 a month, let's say $3,000 a month, then you got a part-time job bringing in $1,500 a month. You got $4,500 a month coming to your household, right? The average rent nowadays is kind of expensive. It depends on where you live at.
It's varied now. Rent taking up a big
Yeah,
percentage,
big
of
percentage
that.
of that. So I can understand how he feel in a certain way. But you also have to have like multiple streams of income too. And when I say my multiple streams of income, you can't always count on the job. You can't always count on the job. The job can get you to point A to point B. Then that C and D, you got to have multiple streams of income.
Right.
That's the way I do things. But anyway, make a long story short, I feel that if you go back and you look at where your money's going, you'll find out that you're wasting money somewhere.
So one of the things, what you're saying, that it's very important to track your expenses. And understand a budget.
Yep.
And that's part of looking yourself in the mirror.
Some people don't want to do that. Look at a budget.
Right.
You know.
But I think the lower the income, though people are putting out effort and work.
Yeah.
I guess the moral of their situation is it used to be a time where you worked 2 or 3 jobs and you was able to meet your ends meet.
Yeah.
Nowadays, with the recent inflation between the last current president and the current one we have now, who's trying to calm it down, that it has moved the line way back.
Right.
And they're talking from their perspective that, hey, this line, I already was there on the line, close to it, but it has moved further back. So when you move it further back, when you're looking at the man in the mirror, I can understand that individual saying,
I can see it.
That the system may be broken.
The system, really, the truth be told, the system has nothing to do with your income.
Okay.
You feel me? It has nothing to do with your income.
Okay.
What happens is, and they always put it on the system that it has something to do with your income. If you have a job and that job tells you you're going to be making $15 an hour or $20 an hour, you know, you're doing 8 hours a day in that job, right? And then you got a part-time job saying that you're going to make it $15 an hour. That's the income that you know that you're making. So when you say look at the man in the mirror, it's the truth. The system has nothing to do with that.
System may have something to do with it.
Not really,
because we supposed to have a progressive tax system.
Okay, I understand.
Our progressive tax system makes us, the more you make, the more
you have to take. But
so there's a fine definition when we say that, because in reality, those that can be making 30,000, 40,000, 50,000.
I understand that part. But I'm gonna cut you off right there.
May not have enough money to take advantage of.
I got to cut you off right there.
Taxes.
The reason why I'm saying what I'm saying is, I understand how the system is with the tax bracket.
Right.
I mean, you do taxes all the time, so you know more than I do.
No, I'm just saying.
But I'm saying, even though
where they coming from,
even though you allocate those taxes being taken out of your check, you still have to allocate yourself in the man in the mirror. Look at yourself and what you're spending your money on. You know, if you know that you have a tight budget, you can't go party, you can't go spending money where frivolously, like going out to eat and different things, unless you budget it in.
But that's that rat race that they're in, and it's like, okay, they have to pivot, not knowing where to pivot to.
Well,
so we can say that, hey, there's some contribution factors. You know, you can say, as black people would say, okay, you had slavery, you got Jim Crow, you had slavery, you got segregation, you got all this. But now, no DEI, no affirmative action. And there's a lot of people, I think, I'm not keeping up with the numbers, and I'm not going to fact find it. I can only go off on what I hear on supposed to be news. So let's just say the 300,000 women, they say that was African American women that got hurt with DEI. I'm sure there's a lot more than just black women. There's a lot of people, period, that got hurt. And maybe this got their good job. And then in a swing of an eye, that system eliminated those
Now
jobs.
I understand that part when you say system.
Right.
The system, yes, definitely need to be tweaked and different things of that nature. But we was on a subject of
fixing yourself,
right, and figuring out where your money's going,
right.
So I understand. I understand what you're saying about the system, but you have to fix yourself and figure out where your money's going. If you know where your money's going, and you can sit back and say, now, see, for me, I have problems sometimes. I get real tight. I might have to make a phone call or two. You know, you got to make a phone call or two. So when you do that,
everybody don't have that luxury.
Everybody don't have that luxury. But here it is. Even though I might make that phone call to, sometimes they don't come through, and I still have to push through. You see what I'm saying? So my thing is, you have to figure out where your money's going, and I had to do that.
And that is a very elementary skill.
Yeah,
that's not taught.
Right. So
you don't have a consumer math. I'm when I was in high school, I can remember consumer math.
Right.
You don't want to take algebra and all this. Take consumer math.
Hey, listen.
But look what it took you.
Yeah.
That's one of the first things it taught you was budgeting and tracking your money.
And that's so key. That's so key.
That's so key.
That's really key,
especially with business.
Oh man, listen.
It's even more so. More key. Whether it's personal or business.
It's more key. You have to track and organize yourself properly.
There. So tracking, organizing, and budgeting is the first step if it comes to financial.
Yes.
Now, secondly, it's like when I told my man in the mirror, I said, "Are you really happy with what you're doing?"
Exactly. Now that's key. You have to be happy in what you're doing,
right?
Because you're not going to be productive in the job that you're doing if you're not happy,
right?
You know, and then there's no elevation in that.
Well, I recommend it to each one of them. I say, first of all, you're exactly happy with what you're doing,
right?
And I say, now, if you don't know what your happiness is, that's fine. But are you happy where you at?
Right.
So you complaining, and it's not a complaint because they're sharing their feelings,
right?
So the next thing is try to pick something you think you'll be happy in. Now, with that being said, I said one of the greatest things you can do is not wait till you get rich to get educated.
Oh man, dude, you definitely you can't.
You're killing yourself if you do that.
If you do that. Now, here it is. Here's my thing.
Man, each one of them doing.
From where I come from, being a dumpster baby, being raising myself on
the
streets, South side
Chicago.
I'm eating out of garbage cans and different things of that nature. I should have been dead a long time ago.
Right.
But because I have a strong will, and I had to look at myself too now. All the time I look at myself. What can I do better?
Right.
What can I do better for me to make?
That's that part of the making. And these are the things that the system not is designed for.
Right. It's not designed for that.
As I try to tell them, when you think of the system, I say, okay, you mentioned taxes. That's one part of the system. But you need to know within your income on what benefits are in that system for you.
Exactly.
Insurance, hey, you have to know what part of that you paying for coming out your check to protect you against, any catastrophes against yourself.
Your broad ways of thinking, because you deal with taxes and insurance and stuff like that. And so your broad way of thinking is great. The way you can show people and articulate to people and stuff like that. With me, I'm on the hands-on type thing.
Even with the hands-on, we still have the same problem.
Yeah, exactly. All the time. All the time.
But that's the system.
Yeah, that's the system.
You're just picking a way whether you're working with your hand or you're working with intellect.
Exactly. I work with both of them now. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, but we all working within the system. Now we're working to extract something.
Yeah.
Because rarely do people come in with tons of money. I had a mom and dad we was raised up 4 to 6 people in the house.
Right.
Probably was 1,000 square foot. Well, we had to close the garage to get a little bit more footage. Close the back porch to get a little more footage. And that was just all black community way back in the day. My mom's still holding that house down, and my dad,
exactly,
which is part of our legacy when that time comes.
Right.
But I do understand the pinch. Like
I'm not saying I'm not trying to be biased or non-intellectual towards what he has going on, what he talked to you about.
Oh, that's a lot going on now in this current situation.
Exactly. And what I'm saying is, here's the thing. If you know you got to pay $1,900 a month for rent, right? And
Right.
you know you got to pay for your phone to be on because you got to have a communication. And you know you got a car payment and gas, right? And you know you got these different synapses of bills. You got to have food. So you know you have to have all these different things in the equation of life, of living. And you know that you're bringing in $4,500 a month.
But think about what you just said, Calvin.
Right.
Back out 4,500 minus 1,900.
Well, if you back it off.
That's his rent. That ain't.
Yeah. I understand that. I understand that.
We're living in a society now that a lot of people are saying that we're not making enough to keep up with it.
I understand that, but see, the thing is,
so we're talking to these are youthful people asking these questions.
And I'm trying to tell
us OGs.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you, this is what you do. If you feel like you're not making enough on your job, source out your mindset to figure out what you can do outside of that workplace to make extra money.
Correct.
Multiple streams of income.
They're gonna have to learn how to hustle now.
Do something. So you got to figure out, okay, so now I'm working these jobs, but so what can I do to make extra income? You have people that work 2 or 3 jobs or 2 jobs, and they doing DoorDash, they doing Instacart, they doing so many different things.
But let's just say those are those gig economy jobs. Now, I don't want to keep focusing on a job. Let's talk about the entrepreneur, because job, as an acronym saying, is just over broke.
Okay, even with situations, even with gig economy jobs, you know what that is?
What is it?
Self-employment.
Right.
Even with the gig economy job, it's self-employment.
Mm-hmm.
It is self-employment.
Right.
You taking your opportunity to say, hey, look, it's self-employment. Now,
you setting your own schedule.
You setting your own schedule. You setting who you gonna go to, get the product for. Now, see, when I was in Jacksonville, it's a thing called Shift Smart.
Mm-hmm.
Shift Smart had different jobs you can get through Circle K's, right? Now, even though I had a business, know what I did? Shift Smart. Shift Smart would pay me $80, $90 a day just to go in there and clean up. But I still had a business. So that little money that I made from Shift Smart, $500 extra, $600 extra dollars a month, I put in my pocket for what miscellaneous stuff I wanted to do.
You got to stack up some kind of way.
You got to stack it up.
A lot of people... man in the mirror is reprogramming your thinking.
Yes. Multiple streams of income.
Reprogram your thinking.
Yes.
So as you think, as how Eddie Murphy said on Life, as you think, so shall you be.
so
it's reprogramming your thinking.
Yeah.
So, and fixing yourself. We talked about, hey, if you do have a job, let's establish a budget. And if you don't have one, establish a budget before you say I do to a job.
Exactly. And don't be so frivolous when you go out there and say, for instance, like with anybody, and say, I'm not going to even put a color out there with anybody. I ran into this. If you got credit cards, if you got good credit, and you go out there and get these credit cards.
That's another subject.
Credit card. I know, man. Credit card is not money, man. It's not money. People think it is, but they don't know it's not money. And what it is a credit card is meant for one purpose.
It'll float you, though.
It'll float you. Now, hold on now. It'll float you.
Read those terms of the agreement.
Yeah, it'll float you.
We'll talk about that on another
subject. Yeah, we have to.
Right
but what I'm saying is, with that credit card, you have to understand that credit card is a tool. It's a definitely tool. And I had to look in the mirror with that one.
Well, we using it as a tool.
Yeah.
And just the word. It's one of the ways you can leverage.
Leverage. And that's a good leverage because...
So looking at the man in the mirror, we talking about budgeting, just to recap.
Yep.
Reprogram that thinking.
Yes.
And just making sure that we be able to, before we accept and marry to the job, see if it's going to meet to that budget that you want.
Exactly. And a lot of people are so stressed out.
But you have to start somewhere.
So a lot of people are so stressed out nowadays because they can't get the job that they want. And then you have certain individuals that have felonies on their background. They can't get the job that they want. So they have to figure out how I'm going to make the money that I need to survive. Well,
my partner, Nee, he mentioned something in reference to this today. He was like, it's funny that some people could come out of prison with the worst criminal record and still get a job.
Yeah. You know what that is? That's called annuity, which means that they go out there and push themselves to get the job that they want. They're not going to take no for an answer.
What was that word again?
Annuity.
Now, when I'm thinking annuity, I'm thinking about lump sum money, give it to an insurance company.
They put their annuity in it. You know what I'm talking about? They put their annuity in it. You see what I'm saying? You understand what I'm talking about? They put their annuity in it. Okay. They don't give up.
They don't give up.
What they're saying is,
so that's another trait.
Yes. Yes.
You can't give up
You
in
can't
this
give up
situation.
in your situation. You
You
can't
gotta
give up.
keep pushing.
Got to
You
keep
gotta
pushing.
keep pushing.
No matter what it is, you have to keep pushing.
Push it to the limit. Push it to the limit, you know.
That's that OG stuff, man.
Push it to the limit. But if we use all these things, man, like I told them, I feel honored for them to ask me the questions.
That's great.
Because in their eyes, it's like, you know, I was a guiding light for that situation.
Yes.
That they trusted me to share these intimate details. And I kind of focus on it like, hey, man, sometimes we got to stop and take a little living. I ain't even, you know, we ain't even put God on it.
But God is a key source. That's the key source right there. You know, if you got faith and you got God, that's the key source.
That's the key.
That's what helps me push to the limit.
Right.
You know, that's the main thing.
You gotta have somebody.
You gotta have some type of belief, you know, some type of faith.
And all of these things is fixing on you.
Yep.
Instead of trying to say fix the system.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, they won't do this.
And it's doing this to me. And that's doing that. And see what happens is you putting that stuff out in the atmosphere. You feel me? You putting that stuff out in the atmosphere. You speaking it over your life. And before you know it, everything you speak out your mouth is going to come to pass.
Well, what do you say? You're like, damn, Calvin, I can't complain about my situation.
No, you can't. You can talk about it.
You can talk about it.
You can talk about it, but you can't complain about it. You can say, hey, man, I'm going through this right now, but it'll get better. You get me? If you put that on the end, I'm going through this right now, but it'll get better.
It'll get better.
That's what I have to tell myself.
Well, that's why we had to go to that spiritual belief.
Yeah.
Kind of understanding, because when you said it'll get better in the worst situation, you have to believe.
You got to believe it.
And sometimes you do have to come from that higher source and get that
exactly.
energy.
And is it easy? No.
And it's not easy.
It's not easy.
It's not easy. But there's always room for character development.
Exactly.
Though.
Exactly.
Because we do live on earth. We share this earth with different people.
Yes, you do.
That have different beliefs, different thought patterns than what you. Some here, some there. Some hate, some love, some kill.
Right.
I mean, when we face out the elements of people, is like facing out the elements of the weather.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm talking about, when I say the weather, sometimes people just like, when they say a hurricane 5, when they say it's a tornado, like that be in people.
Yeah, exactly.
When they say it's a volcano, that's in people. Like those explanations are how people do.
Exactly.
It rained hard. Oh man, you rained on my parade.
Listen,
somebody try to destroy your life. Boy, it's like a volcano erupted.
You have all kind of different things that happen to you in life, right? If I'd have gave up a long time ago and said, okay, I'm out here in these streets, I'm gonna stay homeless, I'm gonna stay this, I'm gonna stay that, I would never have made it. I had I had faith, you know, but it was hard. And even now, I'm 53 years old and I'm still learning myself. I still have to look in the mirror. I still have to train myself to do right, you know?
Man, so Michael Jackson was so genius.
Yeah.
But I like how you say, to change the world, if we all did it, we can change the world.
Yes.
He didn't say the system.
He said us.
Change us.
Change us.
That man in the mirror. That was
beautiful,
boy,
man. Beautiful.
So you know, when we seeing ourselves trading time for money, you know, it's something we have to really look at. And another interesting point that was brought today as we was getting ready today, my partner Nee, he mentioned that it's funny how our cultures are so different.
It's different.
But let me tell you how he said it. He said if Asian people came in, they may live in that house.
Whole lot of them.
And all of them I'll take care of that situation.
You better believe it.
One can peel off.
You better believe it.
If Indians come over,
same thing.
They do the same thing.
Same thing.
And some Hispanics come over,
same thing.
Same thing.
Same thing.
But I had my auntie. God knows I love her. This is what was said last night, and I never knew this. I gotta go see my lovely mama.
Right.
Mom, you ain't telling me that you, Auntie Calla, and Grandma used to sleep in the same bed. And there was a little cot on the porch for the boy.
Yeah.
Talking about some tight quarters.
Oh, yeah.
So when she told me that, I compared against the culture. I said, we used to
do it. Used to
do that.
Used to.
So, but that is a recommendation to help get out of that struggle.
Yes, a lot of people, a lot of used to doing that now. I see it now more than ever. That college kids, put it that way. College kids, I'm seeing them do it.
But it's kind of looked down upon. Like, why is it our American culture? Why don't we do what other cultures do? Like, explain those traits on why we're not doing those things.
Because we don't understand. I believe our culture, American culture, is spoiled, man.
Spoiled right now. We want to work a day in your
You
life.
better believe it's spoiled, bro. And in other cultures, like Filipino cultures, Asian cultures, man, they live 10 on deep. You know,
Yeah.
Mexican culture, they do the same.
But they come up though.
They come up. The reason why they do it, I'm gonna tell you. Even in the Indian culture, I'm talking about from India, they do the same thing. Now these people, they say, okay, now we got a plan. Here's the plan. We're gonna all live in this same unit together. Each one of us is gonna work, but all our money is going back in the pot.
Well, let me ask you this: I hate to throw these words around, capitalism and socialism.
Here we go.
Think about it now.
I got you.
Capitalism, you pull your boots up by your own damn straps.
Yeah,
and that's what it is.
Yeah.
So when you talk about American culture is spoiled, no. To me, is this what we have taught, that every man on his own.
And it shouldn't be that way.
But it is.
It is.
That's why people are struggling.
It is.
We're told when you get 18,
you're young. You grown. You go.
Granted, I did tell my mom and daddy did say, they said, you can live as long as you want, as long as you do what they say.
Right.
And of course, I had a problem with.
We all did. I mean,
but the opportunity to live home was there.
Yeah. My sons had the same thing. I'm gonna go out on my own.
Why we chose to make the bed so goddamn hard?
They don't want to take orders.
But see, that's American culture though. See, that's what they saying. Capitalism is capitalism. You take orders.
I'm not gonna speak on that.
The other cultures, the other cultures that we just talked about.
Yeah.
We said that they show unity.
They do.
They show that they trust each other.
They do.
And they all depend on each other.
They do.
Now, in American culture, we have a problem with that, don't we?
We have a problem even trusting each other.
Yeah.
You know.
So these are not things of the system.
Mm.
Now, do I think the system is kind of better? I just look at the system as such. The system is designed to try to give everybody their basic needs.
Right.
It ain't never designed to give you more than that.
Never. You're gonna get basic or less basic.
But it's a lot of less basics.
There's a lot of less basics going on. I understand that.
So you got internet. We done seen the internet come over and everybody rushing to become internet experts.
But you know what though? I see the trend.
And nice. This
trend they got going on now would become a social media guru. I call it social media guru. They get paid. It's a trend.
I want a little bit of that social media.
I got you, buddy. But the thing is, I don't see nothing wrong with it. But it's still not training them to be hands on.
Well, when I say hands on, like it's not this.
I'm old school, I guess.
But the hands-on, first of all, it's perfect. I wish I was more hands-on when it comes to that. If you own a home, it's a lot of shit be breaking down that I hate calling somebody for, but I still end up, hey, man, I don't know how to get this help, man. Can you help me out?
Yeah, I got you, bro.
So that's an important hands-on.
Yeah.
But the hands-on of human connection.
You got to have it. It's not there.
Gotta have it. It's not there. It's not there.
You gotta have that human connection, man.
It's not there. It's not there. So it's just like, but I can understand why I respect AI that's coming aboard. The internet. Not only help, but man, if you can earn smart.
You can earn smart, and not only that, I use it sometimes. And I'm telling you,
you can
AI
earn smart.
is very, very. It helps you articulate yourself a little bit better.
Yeah.
And it helps you with a lot of different things, man.
Yeah.
And so when I say AI is very good for certain things, and making money.
How to date Nia Long. I'm out.
Here it is. You do these traits right here, you get her. You would get her good.
But I think it's taking away the ability for people to know how to communicate with each other.
Right.
And I think you lose.
Well, it could do that too, but it also could help you communicate a little bit better.
But one of the things I suggested when we said work on ourselves, and we ran some powerful bullets down. But I try to tell you need to learn how to communicate a value.
Yeah.
So when I hear you say hands on,
that's a value.
It's a value.
It's a value because in all that you have to learn how to speak too.
Right.
You got to learn how to speak. It's a value. If I go into a client's house and I'm like talking to the individual client, and I see the need that they have, and I can provide a service to them to meet that need, do we both helping each other?
Right.
And I always, and you might think it's crazy. I always, if you don't know anything about me, all my clients say, you different. I say, why am I different? I said, because you talk to me and you say, we're going to meet each other's need. You're meeting my need financially because you're giving me the job. You see?
Right.
I'm meeting your need because you need the work done.
Right.
So if we both do this thing together, guess what? We meeting each other's needs. We working together.
Right. But that is another asterisk, a bullet point that we just created.
Yeah.
So when we saying how to fix it yourself, how to communicate your value so people will pay for that.
Exactly.
So with hands on, on whatever that is. It's like if you clean up at Burger King at night, see if you can get your own commercial job.
You better believe it. And you just
go learn how to clean the grease trap.
You just now hold on now. You just said something so powerful because you're working at Burger King as custodial.
Go get you another custodian, but get your own. That's that
sell yourself and sell yourself.
Yeah,
I get
it. And the good thing about America, I haven't lived in no other country.
Me neither. It's a land of opportunity now here.
But it do seem like it be the land of opportunity a little bit.
It is.
Thank God for the ancestors from back in the day that put in the hard work, built this thing and said, we're gonna charge it to the game, even though y'all did y'all thing too. So we're gonna charge it to the game. Like, just back off now, because we tired of that. We tired of that now. We didn't get it. That's why I'd be like upset when they tell my America going down. I'd be like, damn.
It ain't.
All this
people speak things that
segregation and Jim Crow stuff. It was 1967. We passed the last civil rights, and we talking about we going down.
Man, look, everybody.
Like, was that structure of system that they used meant that much? Because they think it's economic slavery now. How we get over that for that man in the mirror? Because there's people that feel like that, man. There's people that really feel like certain circumstances still festering today.
What happens is when you don't ask for information or learn information that you need to succeed, you find yourself in that rut, thinking the system is going to get you. If you learn how to operate in the system and all of that, learn how to come up with some sort of solution to get yourself in another better position.
You read the Bible?
3 or 4 times.
You familiar with it?
Of course.
Most say it's confusing.
That's because they don't sit back and relax and read it and understand it. And the reason why they don't understand it, now here it is. The Bible is written in a whole different type of language. The thee and thou, they don't understand.
I don't want to let you get too deep in that Bible.
I know.
But I just want to say this right here to you. The language in the financial arena to learn how to operate in the system.
It hasn't been taught, you said. Is that what you're saying?
It's not on its talk. It's deep.
It's deep, but it's out there.
It's deep.
Let me ask you.
It's deep.
Let me say.
It should be.
Hold on.
With AI, I'm looking at like.
Hold on. So you're saying it's deep, right? Now you have tools. You have tools out there. You just said it. You have tools out there. The AI tool for one.
I'm gonna challenge AI right now.
All right. Go ahead. Challenge him.
I'm gonna challenge AI right now. AI, I make 100,000. List every deduction and tax credit I can get, and what all I need to be trying to protect, and how to plan for retirement without no human interaction with nobody. I want you to tell me this right now. AI, give it to me.
And you know what?
And it should be a framework for all of that to help.
Have you ever done it?
I done answered it.
Which one you asked?
ChatGPT.
You asked ChatGPT that?
No, you know what? I think it was a knockoff ChatGPT. I think it was AskGPT.
No, see, if you ask ChatGPT that right now, it's gonna break that thing down for you 100%. I guarantee it. ChatGPT would break that thing down for you. If you want a budget, say I make $50,000 a year. ChatGPT, I have to pay this and this and this and this.
How much? Another thing I asked ChatGPT.
What'd you say?
I say, Chat GPT, I make $100,000, $200,000 a year. Can you please tell me what alternative investments outside of paper assets that I can get?
What to tell you? What to tell you? Gold, silver.
Where the gold mine at?
Exactly.
Where my oil rig at?
Exactly.
So that's that system. I don't care what nobody tells about the system ain't stacked up against you. It's stacked up against me right now.
I got you. I'm not saying it's not stacked up against me.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying that. I'm saying
so if it's stacked up against somebody like that, I can imagine. I'm just thinking about our school teachers, and I was a school teacher before, so I fully get it. My mom was so proud. My son is a teacher.
Right.
And I was like, Mama, I love it. I got to get the hell up out of there. I love it. I got to get the hell up out of there.
Right.
But it's teaching in a different way now.
Got you.
It's teaching in a different way. And one of the things that we just suggested to the audience was use your communication and create value where somebody will buy it. And that's the next step. Like, okay, now I can look at teaching different.
Right.
I may not be with all the rules of the system telling me what I can do because I was a hard head teacher.
Right.
Like, what you mean Muhammad Ali can't come up here because all of a sudden you gave me a class full of black kids. Now you got a couple other kids and you want me to be more reflective.
Oh,
yeah. But in the other classes, it's not reflective. The only thing reflective is you want to talk about we was in slavery.
Oh Lord. I'm so
those systems, but those are systems that you have to respect and honor.
Yeah.
That's a total different level. A lot of people don't know this right here. The guy, what's his name? Cash Money Records. Them boys have a lot of tattoos.
Oh yeah.
I saw a tattoo on Baby Head.
Baby Head,
the founder of Cash Money.
Yeah.
I think he the only person I know that look like me. It may be more now. I'm talking about Americans.
Right.
That try to get oil. I'm not talking about getting oil to put in your car.
I understand that.
Like, actually
try to get it.
Yeah.
And what happened?
It didn't work. Chat GPT ain't giving you that. Somebody control that information, man. That's what those people that make less are saying.
I got
that the information is confusing.
Well,
like you can read it,
we understand. We said that. We said about the system, that the system is broken a little bit. But we also said that we need to work on the man in the mirror to find out a solution within yourself. It's important to find out a solution within yourself to make sure that you can overcome the system a little bit. Not try to default the system or do things against the system, but make sure you can work within the system to make sure you can live.
This is my suggestion. Like, you can't beat the system because at the end of the day, the system take care of everybody that say I can't figure it out.
You better believe it. So basically,
America, we have welfare. Our young children, young teeny boppers get pregnant early, and our government steps in and kind of heal that situation. So it's not going to be a perfect situation.
It's not going to be a perfect situation. It's not going to be one of those situations where you can say, okay, the system is that bad. What you have to do is, well, you said it, and that's the subject of this thing that we're talking about right now, is the man in the mirror. We have to find out how we can overcome and become a little bit better within ourselves to make it a little bit better, a little bit more comfortable for us.
I tell you what, you can become more perfect with yourself.
Yep.
Than trying to make the system perfect.
You better believe it.
There's no damn way we can make the perfect system to fit everybody. Because we got a mixed bowl. We got black people, we got white people, we got Asian people. Like, America has everybody in it, and that's a good thing.
That's a good thing.
That's a good thing.
Very good thing. I like it. I love it.
I love it. I love it. Everybody fighting to come here. Everybody want to be here, and I have to respect that this is one of the better countries that keep trying to improve.
Keep trying.
Is it where it needs to be? But we down sure raising enough hell with all this media to really discuss these different things. So we want to try to recap everything, and I'm just gonna go back to our last to put it first, because you said learn to communicate our value where somebody will buy it.
Yep, that's it. And once you do that and be good at it, the best that you can.
The best that
The
you
best
can.
that you can. And, nobody is not a perfect value, put it that way. You can go out and do the best you can, and sometimes some people are not going to like the best that you got, There's always going to be somebody out there that can complain. But
They
do the
complain,
best.
but they going to pay you.
They're going to pay you.
And they going to remember next time they call that and say, I never complain again.
Exactly.
I know the difference of value versus things that are not.
Exactly.
It's kind of like dating.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You lose you a good woman.
Mm-hmm. Then you go out there and try to date again, and then you find, ooh.
Boy, it ain't no value out here. I'm going to show half of much I find.
Hey, like the wind blow.
So think about all the quality you can offer is part of your man in the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
Thinking about your communication.
Exactly.
When it comes to money, thinking about your budgeting.
Exactly.
Reflecting that Bible or your faith.
Your faith.
Like you have to have a belief.
You gotta have
that things come. Because I think good and bad have to come sometime, even though we hate when the bad
You
comes.
always have to understand this. I'm gonna put it like this. I'm gonna keep it long. With a car battery, what do you have? A positive, negative, right?
Positive and negative. Two poles sticking up.
Exactly.
Like box. Yeah.
Right. So if you don't have the negative with that battery, guess what? It's not going to work. And then if you don't have the positive with that battery, it's not going to work. What the negative does, the negative come and make you stronger. You see? That negative part in your life is going to make you stronger. So the positive side come in, boom.
Balance it
out. That's what I see it. Balance it all out, man.
Balancing all out. And we're going to always have it.
You're going to have it.
So if we're we're in 2025, we sitting under the current president, Donald J. Trump.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of us paying so much attention to the system,
mm-hmm.
it's good to know what's the hell going on.
You got to know what's going on.
Got to know what's going on. But if you're stressed mentally yourself, the system is not going to knock on your door and say, oh, it's not going to pat you on the head.
Get better.
You get better. That's going to require our human connection. That's going to require our abilities to increase our value to ourselves, to give this value to others.
Exactly.
At the end of the day.
Exactly.
Increase the value of ourselves to give the value to others.
I like it.
I guess that's that beacon of light when God say, let your light shine.
You better believe it. And he said it too.
How did it go?
I'm going to paraphrase. Let your light shine amongst men.
Let your light shine.
Amongst men.
If
your light shine amongst men, that's a positive light that you shine amongst men, no matter what you go through.
I love the way sports do it, right?
Yeah.
Everybody know NBA players make millions. Everybody on the bench make a million.
Well, yeah.
But that one that make that 40 and 50, ain't more like Lamar Jackson. I think he might be the only one on the team that make the highest. He making the 50.
Right.
That's that light.
Yeah.
So with that light, he got a lot of responsibility. The light shine. So instead of we're gonna end it, Cal, man. 2 OGs. I hope we dropped some good knowledge on you today.
Yeah, I hope we did.
I definitely feel like Michael Jackson had it right.
Man in the mirror.
I'm looking for you to change your ways. Looking for a man in the mirror. We're gonna make a better place. Well, Mike was a bad man. Mike told Sonny, I gotta have it all, boy. Sonny. Michael Jackson was a real gangster. Michael Jackson was a real gangster, man.
What made you say that, man?
Man, Mike was trying to get the Sonny's, not Sonny's barbecue here in the South. I'm talking about the Sonny's music entertainment industry. His masters, all this stuff they talking about now, owning the Beatles catalog.
Yeah.
Was about to buy the Marvel for Disney.
Michael said he had to have it all.
I don't think the man from Trinidad killed man. Somebody else killed Mike.
That's another subject, man.
That's another subject. Thank you for joining us so much today with Common Hood. Please like, subscribe, share it. This is Calvin and Simon P, your 2 OGs. We out.